Every time your dog tilts its head, you probably think it's just being cute. And honestly, it is. But what if that's not the real reason? What if that tiny little move means something much more than we think? Because this small behavior might be telling you something important. Something about how your dog thinks, how it listens, how it sees you. And once you understand it, you'll never look at that head tilt the same way again. You've seen it 100 times. You start talking to your dog, and mid-sentence, that little head goes sideways, or maybe you make a strange sound, a whistle, a squeaky noise, and there it is again. That slow, curious tilt. Some people think it's confusion, some think it's attention, some just think it's adorable, and they're not entirely wrong. But the truth goes deeper than that. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why dogs do this, and one reason might actually surprise you. Let's get into it. Let's start with the most obvious reason, hearing. Dogs have extraordinary ears. They can hear sounds 4 times farther away than we can. They can detect frequencies we don't even know exist. But hearing a sound is one thing. Understanding where it's coming from, that's something else. When a dog tilts its head, it's actually adjusting the position of its ears. Each ear catches sound at a slightly different angle, and by tilting, the dog changes that angle. It's like fine-tuning a signal, moving an antenna until the picture gets clearer. Think about it like this. You're trying to hear a conversation in a noisy room. Without thinking, you might turn your head slightly. Lean in. Try to catch the sound at a better angle. Dogs do the exact same thing, just more dramatically. The tilt helps them figure out the direction of a sound, the distance of a sound, even the texture of it. Is that a familiar voice? A strange noise? Something nearby or far away? Their brain is working hard in that moment, processing, analyzing. That tilt isn't confusion. That tilt is focus. Here's something most people don't think about. Your dog's snout gets in the way. Not when they're looking straight ahead, but when they're close to you, looking up at your face. That muzzle blocks part of their lower field of vision. It's like trying to read someone's expression from behind a cardboard tube. You'd tilt your head, right? Move around a little to get a better view. Your dog does the same thing. Dogs are incredibly good at reading human faces. They watch our eyes, our mouths, the way our expressions change. They know when we're happy, when we're upset, when we're about to do something exciting. And to do that well, they need to see us clearly. So when your dog tilts its head while looking at you, it might literally be trying to see your face better, trying to read your expression, trying to understand what you're feeling. Your dog might be trying to see your expression more clearly. Not because it has to, but because it wants to. That small tilt is your dog paying close attention to you, to your face, to you. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Dogs don't just hear sounds. They listen for meaning. Research has shown that dogs can recognize dozens, sometimes hundreds, of words. They understand tone of voice. They pick up on rhythm and pattern in human speech. So when you're talking to your dog and that head tilts, it's not just about volume or direction. It's about comprehension. They're trying to match what they hear to what they know. Is this word familiar? Have I heard this tone before? What does this mean? They're not just hearing you. They're trying to understand you. Scientists have actually noticed that dogs tilt their heads more often when they hear words they recognize. Specific words, important words, words like walk, or treat, or their own name. The moment you say something that matters to them, that head tilts, almost like an internal alert. Like their brain is saying, wait, I know that one. That tilt is concentration, processing, a dog fully engaged in what you're saying. It's not random. It's not accidental. It's your dog actively trying to understand you. And honestly, how many people in your life do that? There's one more layer to this, and it's fascinating. Dogs are incredibly smart when it comes to reading people, and somewhere along the way, most dogs figured something out. When they tilt their head, humans react. We smile, we laugh, we say aw, in that high-pitched voice. We reach over and pet them. We give them attention. And dogs notice that. They learn from it. So your dog may have learned that this gets your attention, not because it's manipulating you, but because dogs are wired to respond to positive feedback. If something brings warmth, attention, and connection, they'll do it again. It's the same reason dogs learn to sit for a treat or wag their tail when the leash comes out. Behavior that gets rewarded gets repeated. So part of that head tilt might be instinctive, and part of it might be your dog having quietly figured out that it makes you happy. Which, when you think about it, is kind of remarkable. Your dog tilts its head, partly because it makes you smile, and it does it again, because it wants to see you smile again. Now, almost always, a head tilt is completely normal and completely harmless. But there's one thing worth knowing. If your dog is constantly tilting its head to one side, and only one side, and it seems like it's not a response to anything, that could be a sign of an ear issue. Inner ear infections, for example, can affect a dog's balance and cause a persistent tilt to one direction. If it's happening all the time, unprompted, and it doesn't go away, it's worth mentioning to a vet. But again, most of the time, that little tilt is just your dog being curious, focused, and completely tuned into you. It's nothing to worry about. It's something to appreciate. So when your dog tilts its head, it's not just cute. It's hearing better, seeing you more clearly, processing your words, responding to your emotions. It's a mix of instinct, intelligence, and connection. Your dog is tuned into you in ways that are hard to fully explain, and in that small, sideways tilt, there's something real happening, something that says, I'm listening, I'm paying attention, I want to understand you. To your dog, you're worth understanding. Does your dog do this? When does it happen most? If you found this video interesting, you'll probably enjoy our next one. It goes even deeper into how dogs experience the world around them. See you there.